and welcome to News Express. A major international controversy has erupted after the United States Commission on International Religious Freedom, USCIRF, accused some Nigerian police and military officers of allegedly colluding with Fulani militias involved in deadly attacks, kidnappings, and mass violence targeting religious communities across Nigeria. The explosive allegations contained in the Commission's May 2026 report titled Non-State Violators of Religious Freedom in Nigeria, Fulani militants, has triggered fresh national debate over insecurity, religious violence, alleged sabotage inside Nigeria's security architecture, and the growing international scrutiny surrounding the country's worsening crisis. The report did not only accuse certain security officials of possible complicity with armed groups, it also claimed that government censorship and conflicting narratives have prevented accurate understandings of the true scale, motivations, and operational structure of the violent actors terrorizing communities across several parts of the country. According to the Commission, the fate of many kidnapping victims across Nigeria often remains hidden because of sensitivity surrounding ransom negotiations and what they describe as possible collusion between perpetrators and some individuals within the police and military. The report argued that these allegations have become increasingly difficult to ignore because of repeated attacks occurring across rural communities despite continuous military operations and government assurances. The Commission also stated that confusion surrounding the violence has been worsened by competing political narratives, with some groups describing the attacks as economic or environmental conflicts, while others insist the violence represents a systematic religious campaign targeting Christians and non-Muslim communities in parts of Nigeria. The report further claimed that approximately 30,000 armed Fulani militants currently operate across Nigeria in loosely organized groups ranging from 10 to 1,000 fighters, particularly across the Northwest, Middle Belt, and parts of the South. According to the Commission, these groups frequently carry out coordinated nighttime attacks on isolated communities using motorcycles, machetes, and automatic weapons, while forcing terrified villagers to flee from ancestral lands. The report stated that the violence has already displaced at least 1.3 million people across central Nigeria, forcing many families into overcrowded internally displaced persons camps, lacking proper sanitation, health care, security, and basic living conditions. What makes the report especially explosive politically is not merely the accusation against armed groups, but the implication that some security personnel may be aiding, protecting, and indirectly enabling violent actors responsible for repeated massacres and kidnappings across the country. Although Nigerian police and defense authorities did not officially respond to the allegations at the time of reporting, the accusations immediately triggered strong reactions from influential socio-political groups and public figures across Nigeria. Critics argue that the persistence of large-scale attacks, despite years of military operations, has long raised suspicions that powerful internal networks may be undermining efforts to defeat insurgents and criminal militias effectively. The report details several horrifying attacks allegedly linked to armed Fulani militants in recent years, including mass killings in Benue, Plateau, Kaduna, and Niger states. According to the USCIRF, one attack in Benue State during June 2025 reportedly killed at least 200 people, including internally displaced persons sheltering inside a Catholic mission. Another massacre in Hiawatha, Benue State, allegedly left more than 200 Christians dead, most of them women and children, reportedly attacked while sleeping. The commission further alleged that some militant groups intentionally time attacks around Christian holidays, such as Christmas and Easter, in order to maximize psychological fear and religious tension across affected communities. The report also documented attacks targeting Muslim communities, including the kidnapping of an imam and several worshippers from a mosque in Plateau State during February 2026. According to the commission, the violence reflects a complex security crisis involving overlapping motives, including religion, territorial disputes, criminal activities, economic tensions, and ideological extremism. However, the report maintains that religion remains a major factor driving many attacks, despite repeated efforts by some officials to frame the crisis entirely as farmer-herder conflict or economic competition over land and grazing routes. Another major dimension of the controversy emerged after United States Secretary of War Pete Hegseth revealed that President Donald Trump had allegedly directed the Pentagon to prioritize Nigerian Christians targeted by ISIS-linked groups operating in parts of the country. According to Hegseth, this directive quietly distributed to the elimination of a senior ISIS commander operating inside Nigeria. His comments immediately intensified international attention on Nigeria's security situation because they suggested that Washington increasingly viewed religious persecution and terrorism inside Nigeria as major foreign policy concerns requiring direct strategic attention. The report also criticized Nigerian authorities for what they describe as inadequate responses to repeated attacks across affected communities. According to the USCIRF, victims frequently complain that security forces arrive too late after attacks occur, while some communities accuse authorities of selective protection and uneven responses depending on the religious or ethnic identity of victims involved. The commission argued that continued violence, displacement, and insecurity demonstrates that existing strategies have failed to contain the crisis effectively, despite years of military deployments and counter-terrorism operations. The controversy became even more politically sensitive after the commission urged the United States Congress to ban lobbyists from receiving payments on behalf of government designated as country of particular concern for severe religious freedom violations. Nigeria was re-designated by the Trump administration in 2025 as a country of particular concern over allegations involving systematic religious freedom violations. The report specifically highlighted growing lobbying activities involving both the Nigerian government and opposition political figures attempting to influence American policy, media narratives, and international perception ahead of the 2027 elections. According to the report, the Nigerian government signed a $9 million lobbying agreement with Washington-based DCI Group in late 2025 to communicate efforts aimed at protecting Christians, communities, and countering international criticism surrounding religious violence. At the same time, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar reportedly engaged another American lobbying firm through a separate multi-million-dollar agreement designed to improve his political image and strategic engagement inside Washington. These revelations have now intensified debate over whether Nigerian political actors are more focused on international image management than addressing the root causes of insecurity devastating communities daily. Reacting strongly to the USCIRF allegations, the Middle Belt Forum stated that the report merely confirmed fears many Nigerians have held for years regarding possible sabotage within the country's security architecture. Another president of the forum, Dr. Bitrus Pogo, argued that repeated military failures and successful attacks against heavily armed security formations cannot easily be explained without internal collaboration from powerful individuals inside the system. He recalled previous warnings by retired General Theophilus Danjuma and former President Goodluck Jonathan, suggesting that insurgents may possess supporters within governments and security institutions themselves. The Pan-Yoruba Socio-Political Organization, Afinefere, also stated that the Commission's claims should not be dismissed casually. According to the group, the persistence of terrorism and banditry, despite repeated government assurances, raises legitimate concerns about sabotage, about complexity, and hidden networks enabling insecurity from within. Afinefere argued that if the Nigerian government truly possesses the political will and military strength necessary to defeat insurgents completely, then repeated failures may indeed point towards deeper structural sabotage requiring urgent investigation. For millions of ordinary Nigerians, however, the political statements and international reports only reinforce a painful daily reality already visible across many communities. People are afraid. Communities are emptying. Farmers are abandoning land. Villages are disappearing. And insecurity continues spreading despite years of promises, military operations, and official assurances. Whether the allegations contained inside the USCIRF report are eventually proven fully or not, one reality has become impossible to ignore. Nigeria's insecurity crisis is no longer viewed internationally as merely a local security challenge. It is increasingly being treated as a major global religious freedom and terrorism concern capable of reshaping international pressure, foreign policy decisions, and political calculations ahead of 2027. For more updates and in-depth analysis, stay with us on News Express. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I am Cassie Tony, and many thanks for watching.